Hey, what is going on? It is 12 noon on Wednesday, which means it's time for this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Christman, and this show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, to help you understand the technical side of the real estate industry. And what we're talking about today is something that is very essential for new real estate agents, and that's some sort of mentorship, apprenticeship program. Now, this isn't just training. I'm not just talking about training classes. That's a great place to start, whether it's online training, in-person training, whatever. Some sort of training is going to go along with this as well. But mentorship is something different than training. Mentorship, really, if we're going to put it simply, it's all about connecting the dots. Because you're going to very quickly be overwhelmed. If you're not overwhelmed already, you might just be considering getting a real estate license and you're already overwhelmed. That's normal. We're here to mentor you through that licensing process, to break down the steps, to make it easy, to be there for you, to answer questions when you have questions about, hey, what do you do next? But now, how do you do that with your real estate career? Well, as a new agent, you should be joining a real estate brokerage that has some sort of really like an incubation program that, hey, I'm a new agent, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe you've done sales before, maybe you haven't. Maybe you've ran a business before, maybe you haven't. Maybe you're working full-time, maybe you're working part-time. You want to match up a program that's going to fit what it is that your background is and what it is that you need help with growing and developing. And again, that's a big part of the mentorship program, is helping connect the dots. I mean, you could take, for example, a textbook, and this textbook has got, or granted, this is a pre-licensing textbook here, so there's a lot of laws and rules in this book, but even if we talk about books that have more tactile information, it's still very fundamental, very theoretical. And just like on the real estate exam, you have to apply these concepts in the questions. In the real world, you have to apply these concepts to your everyday life, to your everyday transactions, to your everyday clients. So the mentorship program is really what's designed to help connect those dots. So what we're going to be talking about today is what to look for in some sort of mentorship, training, apprenticeship program. You know, what are the important things? What does it look like? Because it's not just training classes. Training classes are important, and those are part of you being successful, but mentorship, again, is something different. That's something on top of your training. You might call it apprenticeship, all kinds of different terms you might see out there where these get marketed different ways, but the way I've always known them is mentorship or apprenticeship programs. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Again, what to look for, how to identify them, what is going to be indicators for your success. So stick with us. I'm John Christman. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
You are watching Ask the Instructor. Absorb the knowledge. Become the expert.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Christman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time. What we're talking about today is mentorship. But before we talk about that, make sure you're subscribed to wherever you're watching us, whether you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, our Success Center, on our website. You can drop in your email online on our website, or if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever it is that we have new content to help you grow your real estate business. And if you guys like today's topic, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, because that's how we know what to keep talking about. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to provide information that is helpful to you. And again, that's really what mentorship is all about. So again, this might have different names, but ultimately, this is probably the most generic, the most general, the most common term for some sort of, again, more hands-on type of environment. So this is in addition to training. Not in place of training. That's very important. You know, there's a lot of people that will go up to a real estate agent, someone that's successful, and say, hey, you're successful, won't you mentor me? You're successful, make me successful. Why do they want to make you successful? What benefit is in it for them to make you successful? So if you're just out there looking for who is the most successful person it is that you could shadow, first off, why do they want you wasting their time? And let's say they will give you the time of day that you could shadow them, that maybe, you don't do anything and you're just a shadow. You're just watching. That's not training. Because you don't understand what's going on in that person's head. Because if this person is a true professional, it's not just what you see and hear that makes them a professional. It's what's going on up here that you cannot see, that you cannot hear. Almost an aura that some people that are really good at what they do, they just project this level of confidence. And when they've got this level of confidence, everything just looks so easy, but that's because they have so much going on up here. And so again, mentorship is not designed to be training. There's a lot of people that mistake that for training. It's not just about going around and just following somebody around who knows what they're doing. You could probably learn a lot that way, but you're going to miss out on a lot, and you're going to miss out on a lot of basic fundamentals, which will make it where you can't necessarily think for yourself. Think of what a photocopier does. A photocopier makes exact duplicates. So photocopiers could run off exact duplicates again and 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 again, but that's all it could do. It can't produce anything original. Whereas when you learn the more fundamental essentials, that's when you could really take charge and understand how you could grow your real estate business. And that's really what training is meant to do. So mentorship is really, again, the best way for it to be done is in addition to training, not necessarily in place of training, but in addition to training. And the training is going to be for your more fundamentals. Your basics and your fundamentals. And when I say basics, I don't just mean like the stuff you learn in your pre-licensing course. That's good to keep you out of jail, but then what about the stuff in your post-licensing course that covers more about actually practicing real estate? Now, some people might say that, oh, well, what if my broker wants me to do something differently? No, your broker is going to require you to do something more specifically, not necessarily differently. So your post-licensing, it's almost an expectation that you have that base level of knowledge of how real estate works. And so that's one example of training that really lays the framework. So then when you do go to mentor, and again, mentorship isn't just like shadowing somebody or watching what they do. It's so much more than that. We'll talk about, again, what makes something a good mentorship, apprenticeship program. But it all starts with the training. Again, that could just be something as simple as post-licensing, because you're going to learn a lot in taking that post-licensing course. And again, that's something we at the Tampa School of Real Estate, we recommend you take that before you even consider joining a real estate broker, so that way you could learn these fundamental ideas. So that way when you start to take the brokerages training, it'll also help you find the right broker, help you understand better of who the right broker is. But on top of that, all the training you're doing now with the broker will make much more sense, because you'll be able to go so much deeper on it and so much more in depth on it, because you already understand those basics. And now when you're working with this higher level individual or a higher level group of people in a mentorship program, if let's say you go to the top producing real estate agent in your market. You go to the top producing real estate agent in your market and you ask them, hey, will you mentor me? And they say, you know what, sure, I've got nothing but time to waste with you, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll somehow say you get them to agree to it. So let's say you get them to agree, and now you're asking them, okay, so the MLS, how do I search for a property on the MLS? Is that the best use of time of this high producing individual? If this person really is a top producing real estate agent, you break down how much it is that they earn hourly, it's hundreds if not thousands of dollars per hour. So are you going to pay them hundreds or thousands of dollars per hour to show you how to browse the MLS? No. That's what training is for. The training is for those more basic concepts, those more simple things that you're expected to know. Because now, when you understand those basics, you could talk at higher level conversations. You could speak at higher levels, because you understand those basic concepts. And so now when you're spending time with your mentor, you're able to better capture their wisdom, because you understand the basics. It's not all brand new to you. So that's, I guess, want to stress, because that's not really, again, what the mentorship is. Obviously not. It's in addition to the training, but I do want to stress how important a good training program is at a brokerage it is that you're joining. Or if your brokerage isn't offering a training program, I would highly recommend you invest in some sort of sales training program to learn about actually selling real estate and becoming an expert at selling real estate. But most brokerages that are designed for new agents, especially if they have a mentorship program, they'll usually have a training program as well. Now, if this is a smaller brokerage, a lot of the smaller brokerages do not have formal training programs. Like, you look at the bigger names like, say, Keller Williams or Century 21 or Remax or Coldwell Banker or whoever it may be. They'll have usually more formalized type of training programs. But now the double-edged sword there is they tend to be more one-size-fits-all because these are international brands, not necessarily people with as much local knowledge, or maybe it's not quite as cutting edge because they need to make it work for the entire planet or the entire country or whatever level it is that they're going for. So there is a balance, though. There are smaller brokerages that have really great training programs, while there might be larger ones that have outdated programs, and also vice versa. Maybe some smaller ones fit the typical stereotype of, oh, they don't have any formal training because they're just a little small mom-and-pop brokerage. And that's what I would be careful with, because if you're joining a brokerage that doesn't have any sort of training, now granted, there's tons of training. Just taking your post-licensing course with us, things are going to seem to make a lot more sense. And from the Association of Realtors, there's a bunch of training, and there's tons of real estate gurus out there all trying to sell you on the best way to do real estate. There's tons of books out there it is that you could read. There's tons of YouTube videos and Facebook videos, or wherever it is that you're watching us. There's tons of videos out there to learn more about real estate. Wherever it is that you're getting the information from, the point is that you're starting to try to take in as much information as you can. So that way, again, when you have these conversations with your mentor, that they're higher level conversations, they're going to go so much farther. So again, this is in addition to training, but now what else is mentorship? So I like to think of it as helping connect the dots. Connect the dots and application. That's one of the things people struggle with a lot, I know, just in initially taking the pre-licensing course and trying to pass their real estate exam, is taking these theoretical, fundamental concepts that you learn about in your pre-licensing course and having to apply them on the exam to connect the dots with everything that exam question is telling you. And one of the things I've realized over the years of teaching thousands of students is that carries over into the real world. So I've seen it firsthand at my brokerages with they know, they maybe have taken post-licensing, they maybe done all these different trainings, but they're sitting there not knowing what to do. And that's what training will do. You could do training all day nonstop and a bunch of things to do, but this really kind of helps out also with the prioritization. So one of the things I struggled with personally when I got my real estate license, and if you guys have watched any of our videos before, you've probably heard me tell all kinds of stories about, spending days on end perfecting my business card and weeks on end trying to perfect and set up my website and making like a real estate blog and all kinds of things that I thought were important there, and setting up Zillow profiles and Truly.com profiles and posting on Craigslist and setting up a Facebook business page and all of these different things that I was doing, that I was almost knocking out the things that seemed the easiest. The things that I already knew how to do. Everybody could figure out how to fill out a profile page. Maybe you spend some time figuring out how to write your little about me bio thing. But honestly, that's not one of the top concerns with a lot of clients. Envision, and if anyone's watching that already has a real estate license, it's already been on appointments, maybe you could correct me if you've experienced something different, but I've never once been asked on any sort of appointments with somebody, well, give me your bio. I'd like to read your bio. Please give me your about me. I know some people just give that to people, and it's, maybe a nice little addition, but it's not something people are actively looking for. And that's one of the things that's important with prioritization, is figuring out what are the things that are going to take the least amount of work that give you the greatest impact, that produce the greatest amount of income. And connecting those dots, applying these concepts it is that you're learning in your training, that's one of the things that is really the higher level thinking. That's what the people who are mentors, or the people that should be mentors, what they've mastered. They've mastered taking these basic concepts and being able to make them simple, to apply them to everyday situations. Oh, this person here, well, we could do this, 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 and this. You know, think of, if you don't even understand yet the sale process. Say you're you know, maybe earlier on in the process, you're just getting your real estate license, or you haven't got it yet, and you're still not even exactly sure how real estate actually even is done in the real world. That's completely normal. No matter how much you learn in your pre-licensing, again, that's a lot of laws and rules, stuff to pass the exam, stuff to keep you out of jail. And even post-licensing, again, you're learning a lot of the mechanics. But then now you might know these things, you know what to do, or you know how to do it, you just don't necessarily know what to do at this point. Where you're trying to figure out, okay, what is the best use of my time? Again, I made the mistake because I didn't have a mentor when I started in real estate. I joined a brokerage that had a concept for mentorship, but they didn't even call it mentorship. They just called it residuals. I kid you not. And you could tell it wasn't framed around me. It was framed around the person that recruited me into the brokerage. Hey, think residuals. That was their catchphrase. That was their slogan. I won't mention names. But that was what they used to incentivize recruiting among their agents, that you could get paid a residual for every person it is that you brought into the company. So somebody brought me into the company, and you know, you would think that that person would have been there to kind of show me everything it is that I need to do. But the problem was that brokerage really didn't have much of a formal training program. Even though it was a larger company, it was still an independent franchise, and with a lot of these larger brokerages, they're still independent franchises, so every office a lot of times get ran differently. And there were a bunch of people in the office that were successful, but I was struggling to find success, and part of it's my own fault, because there were new agents there that had achieved success. Part of it was my own fault for not taking post-licensing right away. That was one thing, again, that really set me back. You've probably heard me mention that. I waited to right before the renewal deadline because that's when you had to do it by. And really, when I did it, I rushed through it. But in the time rushing through it, I was like, wow, this is actually, I wish I knew this 2 years ago when I first got my real estate license. Because then I could have got successful a lot faster. I might have been able to be more successful just with that little bit of training in the post-licensing. I actually did eventually achieve some success with that brokerage, but it was after before I took post-licensing, I went and spent like $1,200 doing some sales training, boot camp thing. Some trainer came into my office and they gave a great little seminar for like a half hour, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, you know so much about real estate. And I was like, okay, sign me up. I'm obviously not figuring this out on my own, so you help me make money, sales training guy. And so I learned a lot of things with that. But again, it was a lot of the stuff that I learned in my post-licensing course later. I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I don't know if I just missed out on those higher level topics, because honestly, that might have been the case. You know, I go drop $1,200 on the sales training boot camp thing, this 90-day program or however long it was. And there was a lot that I learned, but maybe because I hadn't really done any training on actually selling real estate, that all I took away from it were these basics. So I really maybe missed out on higher level concepts because I was just so blown away by these simple things. Like, wow, okay, look at that. And things probably just flew right over my head. So that's why training always should be a never-ending process. But again, we could point fingers and point blame. All I'm here to do is tell you my story. I don't want to say it's the brokerage's fault. It ultimately, end of the day, is my fault for ending up there. And ultimately, I did achieve success. But it took longer than I wanted to. It took longer than I wanted to, and the problem was I fell on my face. A lot of it, again, was my own fault for thinking I knew it all. And really, I was in a position where I had to kind of just knew it all because I really didn't have anyone helping me. You know, there was this residual program for the person that brought me into the company. But they were busy doing their own things. They're busy doing their own higher level things. They didn't have time to hold my hand and teach me every last thing about real estate because they had their own things going on. So again, mentorship really shouldn't be just you got one person that's going to teach you real estate. Because if that one person has time to just sit there and teach you real estate all by themselves, they either got a lot of passive income coming in maybe, or maybe they just got a lot of time on their hands. And is that the best person to really show you how to make a bunch of money if maybe they aren't? So, again, getting back to the mentorship, there should be some sort of training to go along with this, to again teach a lot of these fundamentals and basics. But then you've got your mentor there to help connect the dots, to help apply these concepts, to prioritize, to help you plan, to help you organize. These are things a lot of people struggle with when they just don't know how to prioritize, plan, and organize because they don't know how to run their real estate business yet. They're still figuring out what a real estate business is. They're learning maybe if you're taking the training, but now that's where your mentor could come in to help you connect the dots, to help keep you moving in the right direction, to help hold you accountable to a certain extent. Because usually the way these mentorship, apprentice coaching, the way these programs work is where the mentor, the coach, the trainer, whoever it is, that is this more direct contact, this more direct person that's helping you apply, prioritize, plan, organize, helping you connect all these dots. They usually have a vested interest in your success. These people usually aren't paid any sort of salary or hourly wage or anything like that for being a mentor, a coach, apprentice, or whatever it is. Because in real estate, most business done under real estate brokerages is commission only. So why would they want to help you? Well, because there's something in it for them. Because they could earn a piece of your commission by helping you earn a commission. And I know you might be quick to say, whoa, I don't want anybody taking my commission. That's my commission. You can't have my commission. But before you do that, think of this. What's 100% of zero? What's 100% of zero? Still nothing. The point is, it's easy for this to see as, oh wow, this is my broker, this is my mentor, this is whatever, they're taking money from me. But really, in reality, they're helping put that larger chunk of money usually in your pocket. So there's usually some percentage that the mentor gets paid, maybe 10, 15% of the gross commission. And then there's maybe some percentage that goes to the brokerage, some percentage that goes to you. Maybe it's a larger percentage of that if it's a lead generated by the brokerage or by your mentor. But if it's your own lead, maybe then there's a higher commission split. These are all things that usually, again, when they have some sort of mentorship program, some mentorship plan in place, they have all these things figured out. And so again, the whole point of today is just to help you realize what a mentorship program really is and what it's meant to be. It's for someone to be there, to be your helper almost in getting your transactions done, helping you figure out that, okay, you've done the training, let's help you find business, let's help you lead generate if that's what your business needs right now, or maybe once you have a lead, okay, let's help you turn that into business. But again, you're expected to already understand and know the basics, to have done the training. And now you just have this person that's helping you figure out these things. And as you're doing the training, as this stuff starts to make sense, it might seem like this person's job is easy. And that's the point, because these are supposed to work in harmony, the training and mentorship. And that's really where these programs really excel. And that's where there's a big miss a lot of times I've seen in a lot of the larger nationwide international brands, is because there's a lot of times an out of syncness between the training programs and then maybe what the mentors say and do. Then maybe you might have a smaller brokerage. Again, the problem tends to be more so there is they might have great people that know what they're doing, and maybe they're even a great teacher, but there's a lot to teach. There's a lot to know. So one of two things are going to happen. It's either just going to happen a lot slower, or again, that person just has infinite time on their hand to be there every step of the way and basically be by your side 24/7. but I don't know of anybody out there, any brokerages out there offering that deal. So again, that could usually be the problem with a lot of smaller brokerages, is they don't have those good quality training programs to help you get up to speed with a lot of the basics. So really the ideal situation, again, is where that mentorship and training program works in perfect harmony, because not only does that make it easier for you, because you could, again, have those higher level, higher order conversations with your mentor and really accelerate and scale your business so much faster, but then it also helps the mentor because now they don't have to sit there and toil with you over these simple basic things, because the training is covering a lot of those more simple basics. So you can kind of see how those are designed to work in harmony with each other. So the training is where you learn about how to do all the things that you're going to do, and then your mentor is who's helping you apply that, helping you do it, helping make it actually happen, connecting the dots. You know, there might be times where they're like, okay, yeah, you know, go watch this training again, go back through this again here, so that way you could go get up to speed again, and then we'll go have a conversation again about this. And you might say, oh, they're just trying to go make me watch it, they're just trying to pawn me off on the video. No. It's just they have high level things to do, and they do want to help you, but the best help is going to be going back maybe through that training and reviewing that. And that's where, again, the synergy, the harmony between the two of these things, between the people helping you and the curriculum it is that you're going through. So that way this mentor, you can almost even think of him from an academic sense, almost like a tutor, as somebody that's taking what it is that you've already been studying. And that's a big mistake, I would say, also with people with tutoring, because we get people calling us in for tutoring all the time, and they're like, hey, I need tutoring. And usually a lot of times what they're thinking of at first is, oh yeah, I just need somebody to teach me everything in the course all over again. Well, tutoring is very expensive. Why? Well, because these instructors are usually teaching an entire 30-person class of people, not just a one single person one-on-one. And the reality is, you usually don't need that entire course taught to you one-on-one. It usually is just a couple things we can narrow it down to that, yep, let me help you with this, let me help you with this, let me help you with this, okay, and this is how this all fits together. Does that make sense? Oh, wow, look at that. And that's, again, how you have the harmony between the curriculum, the training program, and the mentorship, the apprenticeship, the hands-on aspect of this. And again, if you're brand new to real estate, post-licensing is so essential for learning, again, a lot of these basics that are going to help you understand how real estate is actually done. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stick with us. I'm John Kursmeyer. You're watching Ask the Instructor. Have you completed your post-licensing education yet? Look, I know you're probably thinking, hey, it's not my renewal deadline. I don't need to do post-licensing yet. But look, here's why you want to do post-licensing as soon as you've got your real estate license, as soon as you're able to take post-licensing. It's not just another course about arbitrary laws that you're never going to use again. It's about real-world, usable topics that'll help you grow your real estate business, to help you take it to the next level. Look, let me ask you this one question. If this course helps you close just one deal, if you get one extra deal from post-licensing, is it worth the investment? I'd say it is. We get paid pretty well, so one deal means a lot of money. Check out postflorida.com. That's postflorida.com for the full details about post-licensing. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Carissimo, and the show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We are here every single Wednesday, as well as Fridays for State of Real Estate. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever it is that we have new content to help you grow your real estate business. Look, if you're not trying to grow your real estate business, what are you doing here? But if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, if you're interested in real estate, you want to learn more about it, you want to learn how to make money with real estate, you got to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon, because that's what we talk about. That's really pretty much everything we talk about, is how to make money with real estate. Ask the Instructor. We're here Wednesdays talking about more technical topics and state of real estate on Fridays on topics to grow your real estate business. But let's get back to today's topic on mentorship. And so, recapping what mentorship is. Mentorship isn't just you following somebody around and watching what it is that they do and trying to duplicate them. Because there's only so much you could gain from that type of training. That's not training. That's shadowing somebody. That's what they call it. That's just trying to duplicate and copy. But the problem is you don't always understand what's going on inside their head and why they're doing what it is that they're doing. So it might not make a lot of sense to you, and you might end up doing it wrong, and then you get frustrated because real estate doesn't work, or that's what you think. But really, you just never learned how. So again, it starts with post-licensing. That's a requirement. You should be doing that as soon as you get your real estate license, because that's going to, again, not only knock out your renewal requirements so you don't have to worry about that in 2 years, but it's also going to teach you these fundamentals, the stuff you probably actually wanted to learn about when you took your real estate course. That's more covered in post-licensing, presenting offers, pricing properties to sell, prospecting for clients, planning your business. Those are the topics that are covered in the post-licensing courses, and we have live streaming courses every single month. So get enrolled in a post-licensing course if you haven't already. Call us 813-333-2676. We'll get you the full details on the courses, the schedules. We've got on-demand programs as well as in-person, as well as live stream programs, 813-333-2676. And again, taking this post-licensing course, if you haven't joined a broker yet, this is a really great course to help you understand real estate better so you can make a better decision when it comes to choosing a real estate broker. Because there's a lot of brokers out there that have good intentions but poor execution. And it's great that they're trying. It's great that they intend for you to be successful, but it's not so great when you don't end up being successful because the execution isn't there. So helping you figure out how real estate is done is going to help you get a better understanding of what's going to be the right broker for you. And it might not even necessarily be, again, that the broker is doing anything wrong or doing anything bad. They just might not be a good fit for you, for maybe your background and your experience and what it is that you need from a broker, or what level of agent it is that you're trying to be. You could be in a brokerage that you're a small fish in a big pond, or you're a big fish in a small pond. And trying to figure out what's going to be best for you is impossible if you don't even know how real estate is done. And again, you might get it to a certain degree. You might have seen it on TV. You might have bought a house or two yourself. But do you really know what real estate agents do on a daily basis? And what the day-to-day business looks like, and what are the important things that you need to know? That's, again, what your post-licensing course is all about. And again, taking that in addition to all your trainings that are going to be provided by your brokerage, because again, you should be joining a broker as a new agent that has a good training curriculum. So they've got a good training curriculum to teach you a lot of these basics, to help you learn these fundamentals, but then also having some sort of mentorship, apprenticeship, coaching, whatever it is that they're calling it, program, to help you connect the dots, to help you apply what it is that you're learning in the training, to help you prioritize, to help you plan, to help you organize, and to hold you accountable so you could accelerate and grow your real estate business. So hopefully that helps you get a better idea of what mentorship should look like, what a mentorship program basically would be, and how that's going to help you grow your real estate business. You know, we've done videos before on how to choose a real estate broker, and again, one of my biggest recommendations is to take your post-licensing course, because whether you're already sold on a broker, if you've already got a broker picked out that you're sold on, that you know is going to be a good fit for you, because you might already have done some research, you might already know some things, then great, perfect. Get your post-licensing done still as soon as possible, because again, that's going to help you learn so much that's going to help you accelerate and grow your business much faster. Again, so you'd have those higher level conversations when you're dealing with that person, that group of people that are helping you grow your real estate business by applying those concepts it is that you're learning. So that's about all the time it is we've got for today. If you want to start your real estate career, you need to take post-licensing. Maybe you want to get your broker license. Whatever the case is, give us a call, 813-333-2676. Again, that's 813-333-2676. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that they can. So again, 813-333-2676. It's about all the time it is we've got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you on Friday for State of Real Estate. Are you studying for your Florida real estate exam? If you are, you need to check out our Pass First Try strategy. You're gonna love this. It's 4 steps that we break down the process to study for your Florida real estate exam. So you're set up to pass your Florida real estate exam because that's what you're studying for, right? To pass your exam. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. You've got to learn this to be able to pass the exam, but it doesn't stop at learning. Step 2, you've got to reinforce the basic, simple, key concepts. As you learn this information, keep reviewing the simple things. You don't need to know everything, but you got to review these basic key concepts. Step 3, you've got to test your knowledge. The exam's going to test your knowledge, so if you don't test your knowledge in advance, you won't find out if you know what you think you know until you take the exam. And then step 4 is be confident and prepared, because even if you know this material, you need to be confident that you know the material. Check out the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com.
The most powerful tool to study for your real estate exam is the Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate. We've used our years of experience in preparing students for the Florida real estate exam to bring you the most powerful exam study tool available. In the Question Simulator, you'll be able to go directly to a particular unit so you can focus on the sections where you need the most practice. We have also included the percentages of each unit so you know which units are the most important for your real estate exam. Every question will immediately give you detailed feedback, which is almost always more important than the question or the answer themselves. After completing all the questions in a particular unit, you can go through question by question and review any that you've gotten wrong. You could also print out a report at the end of each quiz. The Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate is 100% mobile compatible, so you can practice with test questions anywhere you have your phone with you. Enroll now at questionsimulator.com and get ready to pass your exam.
Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate.
Do you want a career that allows you to be in control? With a career in real estate, you'll get to call the shots. Whether you're looking at starting part-time or want to become the next top agent, a career in real estate makes it possible. Find out what it takes at tampaschool.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Are you thinking about a career in real estate? Hey, I'm John Chrisma with the Tampa School of Real Estate, and we've helped thousands of people just like you obtain their real estate license. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, give us a call. The phone number is 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way they can. Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.